So if we fail to set the right DNA, this is going to result in the following. It's going to result in people returning to what they know, and that is the modern American church system. It's also going to result in a loss of vision reproduction. If we're not instilling into you the passion for this vision, then you're not going to instill it in the next generation. And it only takes 2 or 3 generations before the whole vision is lost. So we have to get you excited about this great work of reformation that God's doing in your midst. And he's called you into it. And he's letting you be a privileged part of something that's going to be historical in nature in the church. Also, what will result is it'll kill the DNA, as both strands are linked and support each other. If one dies, the other dies. If you lose the DNA setting in the disciples, the church will lose it next. If you lose it in the church, eventually the disciples will lose it. They both have to be set intentionally with as much passion as possible. And then remember, historically, every movement of reformation, which, by the way, is what we're talking about. We're in a movement of reformation. Every movement of reformation has been overtaken by institutionalism. Martin Luther's movement that started when he hung his thesis on the door, his 95 thesis, became the Lutheran Church, even though he begged his followers, never name a church after me. Menno Simon, who was also during a contemporary at that time, that became the Anabaptist movement, became the Mennonites. John Fox, the Quakers, who used to go into church buildings and tell them that they were condemned to burn in hell if they continued to corrupt God's church, eventually became multiple different denominations. And then John Wesley and the Circuit Riders of the Wild West eventually became the Methodist Church. So we have to instill DNA, and we have to be intentional to not allow institutionalism overtake the movement that God's entrusted with us to start. So that's why.